Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Well, I am here tonight. Boy, it was quite a stormy day we had today. And the winds were out, and the rain was just a-coming down, and everything else that comes with it. So we were snug as a bug in our house. But anyways, I am moving forward with my Patsy doll. And what have I done to her? Well, I'm going to turn her around, and this is where I'm at, and then we'll talk about it. I painted her lips. Let's get this. I painted her lips, and I also painted her eyes. Well, they're not the whites of the eye right now. We have to let that dry, and then we'll go for the rest of them. But right now, we got that done. How do I do this? Well, this is it's not a trick or anything of that sort, but maybe for those that are just starting out that don't know, this is my palette. It's just a white plate that I got from the dollar store, and I just put my paint on there, and it's like my palette, and I use that to mix my paint up with. And then next, what I do is I took a little bit of black, because this is something that a lot of the artists out there have been talking about. And like, your eyes are not like stark white, of course, so you put a little bit of black to kind of bring down that stark whiteness. And I got this nice, wonderful color here, which is what you're seeing on her right here. Now, it's a doll. Do dolls like this have to have that? Not really, because back then they were just painted white and that was it. But today we can kind of give it. We're not going for realism, because the doll is doll-like. It's not human-like. It's human. It's human features, I mean, and everything. But it's not like these reborns today, which is what they're trying to go for. It's realism. You can't with this. It's doll-like, and you have to keep that in your mind when you're doing this. But you can give it some nice little additives along the way now. Because we're not doing millions of these dolls that have to be pumped out, I'm just doing one. I can get it's your doll, you can do a little bit more with it. And that's the fun part about it. And make it yours, and how you would like it to be. And there's no wrong to it or right to it or anything of that sort. But at the same time, you can give it some of this some of the painting like a reborn, some of it, not all of it though. And so we borrow and snatch up some of these ideas, which is wonderful, So the thing is that that's what I did with her here. So I'm really pleased with her. I'm checking my hands to make sure I'm not getting anything on her that shouldn't be on her, but I just want to show her off a little bit there. But yeah, she's fun to paint. She almost feels like, to me, like she's a paint by number type of doll. Everything's molded on her so well. Her lips are well molded. Not that another doll's isn't. How do I describe this? Like, the eyes are so indented. You can't go wrong about where you're going to put things. Everything, like, it's hard to describe. I painted a lot. I paint quite a bit of doll eyes already. I mean, not hundreds, but I have done quite a bit. And this just is so well molded that you know exactly where to go. Like I said, she has molded on eyebrows, which is wonderful. You know where they're going to go. And everything's so nicely placed and put on her. I love working with this doll. She's been a real delight to work on. Though she's had her difficulty when it came to her damages, now I look at her and go, wow, you're great. This is wonderful, I am going to have to spray her hair. I'm going to get some of that, what do you call it? Mr. Shine or Mr. something it is anyways. I'm going to order some of that in. I know you have to spray that outside because it's very toxic. And I want to put that on her, but I don't know if you can put that on. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research to see if you can put it on oil paint or not. I'm not sure yet. To give her a little bit of glossiness in her hair. Where did I go wrong with her hair? I should have mixed a little bit of my Trem Clad in with her paint. I forgot to do that. And so her hair's a little bit on the matted side. I would like it to be a little bit more shinier. So that being said, it is what it is. But she's still beautiful. I think she still turned out great. I love her hair. I love all the shadowing and everything on her. It's lightened up in places, darkened in others. I don't know. Maybe it's the way the light is hitting it in here. That could be it too. But she's just, she's glowing as far as I'm concerned. I really am pleased with her. Her hair just is beautiful. It's a beautiful amount, color. the color is what I think I'm falling in love with. You know, you got these nice wisps at the front that are very kind of light in the reddy, browny, blonde color. You got some dark shadows here and there on her. Like, she's just nicely, I have to admit, I did pretty good on my airbrushing on her. I'm really pleased. Now, one of the things I'm looking at down the road, what I would love to get is an airbrush that is on a tabletop one with the, it's almost like a tubular type thing. I've been looking at them, something I might look at down the road. That's something that I'm thinking about, and I would love to get one and move up a little bit in my airbrushing. And because this little airbrush here is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great to start airbrushing with. I'm not going to move away from it totally just yet. Like I said, I got other things that I got planned as well, but it is something that I'm really heavily thinking about, you know. So yeah, I'm thinking about it, but yeah, it's in my tools coming up for 2025. Let's just put it that way. I'm trying to talk and work at the same time, do my cleanup in front of you. So anyways, though, yeah, I'm excited about getting some new tools in for next year, and we'll see. Because I do like that little airbrush. It's a nice little airbrush. Great, like I say, to start off with. I know a couple people have bought one already, and they just love it because it's not so intimidating, and you don't get thrown by. Like, I had a great big mushroom thing, and I had the hardest time keeping up my pressure. It was Dodie's Dolls. She's the one that told me, hey, you know, I used to make cakes and spray, use an airbrush sprayer for the cakes. And she says, why don't you try something like that? Because it might be easier to use since you're just using it mainly for hair. You like to hand paint, so just for the hair, and you know, it's great for things like that. And she was right. It's not intimidating. I do so much better with the little tabletop one than I do something like that big mushroom one. It was, like I say, it was just so intimidating. I think where I got the idea from, there's a lady called This Old Doll, and she had the great big, what do you call it, air compressor. And the air compressor, she was used to it. You could see she was just magical with it. I didn't achieve it. Now, I imagine over time I could achieve it, and I could use something like that. But I just, this is my, when I started to get back into dolls, every tool was intimidating me. My husband, I wanted a Dremel. Well, he came out with this great big Dremel that was like man hands. I don't have the hands to hold it. And I'm going into little tiny places. And it was just by mistake one day. I was out around Christmas time at Home Depot, and off to the side where they had all their Dremels. I was looking at Dremels at the time thinking, is there anything smaller? And I just happened to look in the aisle. There was a stand, and there was a box, like a shelf, aisle shelf, I call them, because they're made out of cardboard, with these stylos on it. And they're Dremel stylos, it's called. And I went, oh my goodness, that's what I need. That little one. Now, why would Home Depot bring that in? I don't know, because it's very much for artwork, you know. But that's where I found it, and I just went, oh my goodness, I want you. And I just picked it up right there and then. And I didn't know if I was paying too much for it or too little for it. I didn't care. All I cared about was I came home dancing, and I showed my husband, and he goes, oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Because he knew that Dremel, when he turned that Dremel on of his on, it was like a loud noise, hard for me to hold on, had a little tiny doll I was working on. I was like, I can't do this. I almost needed two hands just to hold on to it. My son has it now, and he has more man hands, because these things were made for men's size hands. And if you're a woman with that bigger hand, that's fine, but I don't have that. I wear like a medium glove, you know. That's about the only thing small left on my body is my hands. And that's all I'm going for. My feet are too big. Everything else, we're not going to go there. Let's just go, let's move on. But I just couldn't hang on to it. So anyways, yeah, that stylo was wonderful to get my hands on. A number of women have bought the stylo now who are restoring their own dolls. And they've not, because of my influence and just things they've also stumbled across. And it's great to get these tools out there for the artist out there who wants to take and restore these nice, beautiful old dolls. So there's wonderful tools out there. We've come a long ways when it comes to tools and everything. One of the things I'm also, this month, is going to be, I need to buy is some more of my Tremclad white. So I'm going to go out and get that coming up here soon. I don't go through it very fast, so a can lasts me a long time. So I'm not worried about that at all, but I am going to go get myself a can of that. I like to go to this place. It used to be called TSC here. It's a tractor store, but it's now called PV Mart. It was taken over, TSC was taken over here by this place called PV Mart. So I'm going to go there to PV Mart, and I'm going to go see, because that's usually where I bought the paint, because they sometimes put on some pretty good sales in there. And being that it's Christmas time right now, you never know what might be on sale. And I'm excited to go in there. I haven't been in there for a long time, so I want to go in there, take a look. I'm going to go do that coming up here as well in early December. And get myself another can. I got a little bit in here to play around with, so I'm not without means. So as long as I got a little bit to play with, I'm fine, you know. But it's when I'm right out, and that's where I'm at, like the very bottom of my can down here. So when you get down there, you need to get your back in again. But oh, excuse me. But anyways, yeah, she's drying right now. That's all I can do at this time. And then we'll come back in and put her pupils in, and then we'll put her irises in. And yeah, she's coming along really nice. I'm really pleased with her. I'm very happy with her. And yeah, this is exciting to see. And her coming, this is the part I love. And then I love the stringing part. A lot of people don't like to string, but I don't mind it actually. I find it quite pleasing. Well, it can be frustrating, you know. It can bring out other languages in you, but it's very nice. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you for joining me along the journey of these dolls as we restore them and bring them back to life again. I hope you're enjoying seeing her coming back together again. And we need to bring her arms, legs, and body back together again and get her standing up. And I want to make her little dress. I think I'm just going to concentrate on her right now. I've been taking the paint off of this little guy, but he's really, he's something else. But the paint is coming off. It's just not going to be fast. It's going to be slow. But that's okay, because you know, one thing I got is some time, a lot of time. But she's gorgeous, so she's going to be beautiful. I want to make her Christmas dress. So I have the dress here that she came in. So I'm going to take that dress there, and I'm going to copy it and then maybe put sleeves on it. So that's one of the things that I'm looking at doing. But she's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous doll. I just adore her. I'm falling in love with the Patsy family. Sylvia. You were talking, I think your name is Sylvia out there. I really like your comments. You always give me some good comments. Oh, you do. You know, I shouldn't just point out any one person, because I get a lot of great comments out there. But yeah, the Patsy family, her face is just adorable with the rosebud lips and everything. And yeah, she just marks a wonderful time in history too. And that nice flapper 1920s, 30s look, you know, in there. And you know, where women were coming into their own again here, getting the vote. And yes, so anyways, you know, a wonderful time. And it went right down into toys and everything showed that time period. You couldn't escape that look. You can't escape that look. It was in everything. And especially in the Patsy family, you see that nice flapper 1920 look here, and the hair, you know, coming off to the side of the cheeks, the little perched lips. She's got too chunky of a face, too fat of a face to give the hollow look, because she's got those nice little wonderful baby face right now. But she is trying to bring out that 1920 flapper childhood look, you know. So, but she's cute as a button. I think she's just adorable. But and the rest of the Patsy family dolls are beautiful dolls, and F&B made some wonderful dolls. And you know, a great company, American company there, U.S. company. But they knew what they were doing, and they made them well. You know, for their day, they made these dolls very well. I'm really impressed by how well the Patsy dolls were made. And a lot of their dolls. And like a lot of the other companies out there, they made some wonderful, well-made dolls. And I'm really pleased with her. Well, thank you for joining me. And give me a thumbs up if you like what you just heard here. And a lot more coming your way. And I got, every day I'm doing something. But thanks again for joining me. And we'll be talking to you again really soon. Bye-bye.